Hello, traders. Let's take a look at the featured stock from yesterday and then let's find a new one. My goal is to set you up with some great trades, and I hope that you'll return the favor by subscribing to my channel and by posting your comments. You don't want to miss these trades, so make sure to turn on your notifications. Let's get started. We're almost 3 hours into trading. It is Thursday, February 18th. Hello, traders. Let's take a look at our previous picks, see how they're doing. We have a down market today. Market's really been pretty sideways, but we'll do some market analysis in a bit. AMAT, A-M-A-T, that's a stock that I highlighted last week. We had this bullish flag, beautiful pick, really nice. Had to take some profits up here. You had to do that anyway because we've got earnings after the close today. Semiconductors have been super strong, so I've been focused on that area in a lot of my recent videos. We want to focus on areas of strength where we have some upward momentum. CRNT, that was a stock that I highlighted last Friday. You can see this bullish flag right here. Stock broke out. It has not done well, but you should be long stock. You don't have to worry about time premium decay. It's only a $5 stock. So this is kind of a cheapy play. As long as this upward sloping trend line right here is intact, I'm okay with hanging on to this, and you can see it right there. MU, that was a stock that I highlighted on Monday evening, and here you can see market down, stock up, holding that breakout beautifully. It checked it yesterday. Look at it today. Excellent relative strength. Very nice pick for us. So we'll overlay the SPY, and here you can see market down, 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 stock actually up. That is the advantage of trading relative strength. That's the edge that we work for all of our swing trades and our day trades. If you're along this on a swing trading basis and you thought that the market was going to break out to the upside, as I do, and you were wrong, as I have been, this stock is not going to hurt you because it's got relative strength. Picking the right stocks is critically important. Obviously, getting the market right is even more important. I don't believe that the inflation worries recently are going to squash this rally, but I'll get into that in a little more detail in a second here. So MU, very nice pick. WYNN was my pick from 2 days ago. And let's put that chart up. And we'll wait for that chart to load. That actually has done very well also. You can see how the stock is down today with the market, but you can see how this is when we came out with the stock saying that we liked the price action, and this is what it's done. It's pretty much right where we got in. I love this horizontal breakout right here. Stock looks very, very strong to me. We've got COVID cases starting to drop pretty dramatically. I think that bodes well for casinos. In Las Vegas, they're increasing the capacity. Wynn also has a lot of exposure in Macau. China is way ahead of us in terms of economic growth. So I believe that Wynn will get back on track. I like it. I think that stock is excellent given that the market's been down, holding up very well. ABBV. I highlighted this one yesterday. Mentioned that beautiful horizontal support level. Being able to sell a bullish put spread below that horizontal support. Very nice looking chart. Put up the 5-minute, and there you can see. There's the close yesterday. The stock is hardly even below the close from yesterday. Again, relative strength. The more of these I show you, the more you're going to start trusting the systematic approach. So let's take a look at what the market's doing right now, get our bearings, see what we might be doing over the course of the rest of the day. I didn't like this big drop today. You can see how we easily took out the previous day's low. You can also see that we put in a low here. 387.50 is a support level that dates back earlier in the week. And you can see right in here, there's a touch there, a touch there. This is a nice little support level right in here. And that also was the gap higher. So I'm looking for that support level to hold today. But overall, look at what the market's done over the course of the last 10 days. A whole lot of nothing. We tried to poke out to a new high on Tuesday, no go. Those gaps higher to a new all-time high have been a really good fade. We see profit taking on all of those. But you can see we haven't gone anywhere. We'll zoom back out to the daily chart. Flat. Politicians supposedly are going to get a stimulus bill passed by the end of February. They want to vote on it next week. We'll see if that happens. I can imagine that a $1.9 trillion bill is going to be about 5,000 pages long, so who knows what's in it. But in any event, got a lot of hurting Americans. We need them to focus on getting the stimulus bill done, not on grilling Reddit and Robinhood over some stupid short squeeze on GME. Forget about that. Let's focus on the real stuff. I hope they get their act together because we really do need to have that stimulus bill. The market's certainly waiting on that. So as far as what's happening today, here's the price action that I see unfolding. You can see we opened and we had a bearish cross on the 1OP indicator. We had some early market weakness. Now we have actually a pretty decent bullish cross here. Here's what I like about the price action right now. You can see that on this drop, we didn't have consecutive long red candles closing on their low. If we would have seen that, that would have been an indication of very heavy selling pressure. But instead, we had these bars in here, these green bars. We also had long tails down here on the low of the day. When we did finally bounce, it took a nice long time for that bounce to unfold. Here we are about an hour later, possibly making a higher low double bottom, and we have another 1OP cross right here. So I'm looking for a nice little rally. I'd like to see us get through this fairly shallow downward sloping trend line with ease. If we're able to do that, then we'll start filling in the gap, but we need to do that within the first 3 hours of trading. Otherwise, the selling pressure is just going to linger throughout the course of the day. I think we have a good chance of getting through this trend line and actually filling in some of this gap. So this bounce right here has taken an hour. What you would not want to see is you wouldn't want to see a low and then about a 20-minute reprieve and then wham, another new low. Another 20-minute reprieve, wham, another new low. That is super heavy sustained selling. As bearish as everything seems right now, I don't chalk this up to inflation. I know a lot of people are all freaked out about inflation. The Fed has said we are not raising interest rates. We need to focus on employment, and raising interest rates is going to squash employment. So we're not raising anytime soon. We don't care how strong economic numbers are, and the economic numbers have actually been quite good. ISM manufacturing, ISM services. It's the employment numbers that have been soft. We had initial jobless claims today come in around 850,000. That was weaker than expected. So the focus right now is on getting people back to work, not on inflation. Now, we did see a fairly big rise in producer price indexes of 1.3% yesterday. We had import and export prices up this morning. So yes, inflation is starting to rise, but part of that also is because of the weak dollar. As the dollar falls, it costs us more to import goods. So yes, there's going to be some inflation. There are currently some energy shortages as well. Gasoline is a huge component of producer prices and consumer prices. So that is putting upward pressure on inflation. But the Fed has said we want inflation right now. We don't mind it going above our target. So you've got kind of the perfect mix. You have growing economic activity and a Fed that is not going to be tightening and a $1.9 trillion stimulus bill. You've got lots of companies raising their guidance for next quarter. In fact, much more than normal. And we also have the coronavirus starting to abate. I looked at the number of new cases now. The peak was in November. It was about 11,000 per day. Right now we're averaging about 1,700 per day. So an 80% drop in new coronavirus cases. All of this bodes well for the market. I think that this is nothing more than a little bit of a pullback. We bumped our head up against the ceiling bunch of times, boom, 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 boom. Okay, we can't rally, so let's try the downside. As soon as they try the downside, they'll find some support. And then this compression, the time that we've spent moving sideways, will eventually grow the bid and we will break out to a new high. So I'm not looking for a big market drop right now. You do have to be fairly careful with your bullish positions. I would focus more on selling out of the money bullish put spreads on strong stocks like the ones I've been identifying. So let's see if we can find some today. I'm going to go into one of my favorite searches. I'm going to go into the bullish flag search and we'll take a look at a couple of stocks there. We'll go into the daily chart. And you can see AMC, I don't want to have anything to do with that. Yes, theaters will probably open, but that's been a short squeeze. Here you can see BSQR, really big flyer here. Possible bullish flag taking place. I would not want to buy this until I see it above the $6 level. So I would click GTC and I would double click on that. If it can get above this price point, then that would be a bullish flag formation. And yes, it has a chance to run higher. But right here, right now, wouldn't touch it. Sono actually looks pretty good too. Look at the strength in this stock. Love the earnings report. Gaps higher has been able to hold all of the gains right now. Very, very important point that I'm about to make. If this gap higher were all fluff and an overreaction to these earnings, on market weakness, you would see wham, 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 because you'd see a lot of profit taking. However, the fact that in a weak market we're seeing tails under body and the stock be able to hold these gains, yes, this is a good candidate. So that would be your bullish flag formation right there, but we're already through that downward sloping trend line. So I've got to draw a horizontal trend line. I'm going to pick the close from yesterday. If the stock can get through that price point, which is 36.69, I'm going to know about it and I'm going to take a position in it. Finally, Zynga, ZNGA, really nice. Got a nice little breakout here. We have earnings after the close. They like it. Stock rallies up, pulls back, checks the bid. Yes, buyers are still there. Excellent volume. Long green candle on its high right now during a market sell-off. Look at that relative strength. Put up the 10 SI indicator. You can see orange line above zero, very strong relative to the market. ZNGA, that's your pick today. You can buy the stock. It's fairly cheap. It's a $12 stock. If you're looking to sell options on it, I would look to sell a put below this $11 strike. It's got good option implied volatility. You can get good premium. Sell it naked with the idea that you would be buying the stock on that support level below $11. I don't know that I would be out buying calls on it because it's an $11 stock. You can just own the underlying and not have to navigate wide bid-ask spreads or pay a lot in implied volatility for options. That's your pick of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.